Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for taking the time to hang out today and watch my video. Today I'm going to be ranking my blushes in order from worst to best. And I saw this video by a couple other YouTubers and I just thought it was such a fun video idea. It's a great way for you guys to see what blushes I have in my collection and also basically review them as I go along. So that's what we're doing today. I would love to do this video, the ranking video, in other categories. So let me know what other categories you'd be interested in. I think bronzers would be fun, like highlighters, powders. I've seen other YouTubers do videos on those categories, so just let me know. And if you've been around my channel for a while, you might be shocked to know that I have only 8 blushes in my collection right now. I'm gonna link all of my declutter videos down below. I'll link the playlist as well, but specifically even just my MAC declutter or my MAC collection with swatches and declutter video, even in that video I had at least like 25 MAC blushes and now I just have a few. And now that I'm back on YouTube though, it does help to have quite a few different blushes, formulas, colors to choose from for doing makeup looks and for reviewing and referencing different products and formulations for you guys. So with that being said, and just being back on YouTube, I mean, I probably will be collecting or adding a few more blushes to my collection. And at the end of the video, I'll talk about a couple blushes that I'm really interested in getting and that I think I might actually place orders for. So stay tuned for that. All right, so let's get started with the ranking. I'm gonna start with my worst, which it's not my worst blush. I mean, I like them all because obviously I've kept them through all these declutters that I've done, but it's just the one. Let me just get into it. So at number 8, I have this Fenty Beauty. This is called, I have notes so I get everything proper for you guys. The Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush. And the color I have is Petal Poppin. And the only reason this is number 8 is because this is the newest one to my collection. I've only used it a handful of times. And this is the only cream product in my collection and the rest are powders. Just a little preview. So for those reasons, I just couldn't put it higher up on the list. It is just new to my collection. This is what it looks like. And it is described as a soft baby pink. And that's, you know, that's what it is. It is a little bit of a, it leans a little bit more peach, like pink peach. And the few times that I have used this, it applies beautiful. It's not patchy. I just have been applying it with my foundation brush. This is the number 56 Sephora Pro airbrush. What is it called? Flawless airbrush. So I just apply it with that. Now that I'm talking about brushes, maybe I should share with you guys at the end of the video, if you're interested, I'll share some of my favorite blush brushes that I use to apply my blushes with. So any synthetic blush would work. Beauty blender would work just great as well. So I'm interested to keep trying this out. I think the packaging is super cute. I didn't even show you. It looks like that. It's pretty little. I don't think I will go through it anytime soon. I've actually been layering this underneath other blushes like I did today. I have it on under some other products as well. It's gonna be great for just days where makeup is super minimal and you just, especially in the winter when I just don't go for a lot of powdery, heavy powder looks like I can get away with when it's not super cold and my skin's not super dry. I would be interested to try this in a few other colors as well. I'll probably say that about all of the blushes here because I love the formulas and I just would love to have them in a few other colors. And this Fenty blush retails for $20. Next up on my list, number 7 is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores blush. And I have it in the shade Love, which it says it's a natural soft pink color. And it looks like that. I've only used this a few times. I did receive this in PR. And for that reason, that's why it's lower on my, or higher on my list, I should say. And it's more of a pinky mauve color. So it's right there. I really like the formula of these. I find that they are rather pigmented, but they also blend really well at the same time. But to get started, you do have to kind of, you have to have a little bit of a light hand. Otherwise, you can get clown cheeks pretty fast and pretty easily. And something I love about It Cosmetics and this blush in particular is that it has a ton of skincare. It's like packed with skincare ingredients, which It Cosmetics is known for in general. But yeah, I mean, it's a great blush. This color is kind of just a basic color to me, but I don't really have a lot of, as you'll see, it's a unique color. Although it is basic, it is a unique color to my personal collection. These blushes are $26. I would love to try that in some other colors. Maybe a more, like a lighter pink would be really beautiful. At number 7, I have my Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush. And this one is in the shade Mykonos, which is kind of like a poppy peach color, as you can see here. I don't know how true my camera is pulling up, but there you go. I'm doing my best, guys, with quality and stuff like that. I just don't have the production and the whole setup like I used to. As you can see, I'm filming in my bedroom, but anyway. So yeah, this is just like a poppy peach color. It's right there. If you have not tried this blush formula, it is one of my absolute favorites. You'll see that I have another one of these on the list, ranked a little bit higher up. And it does have like a slight beachy scent to it that I have to mention, because it's definitely not as intense as like the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzers, if you're familiar with that. But it is like that beachy kind of, just like, just smells so good. It's a lot more faint, and you definitely don't smell it when it's applied on your cheeks. So anyway, I just love this so much. These blushes do retail for $23, and I just love the packaging. It's so cute. And side note, so I was going through and doing this, and I was looking for a particular blush. I was looking for my Clinique Cheek Pop and Nude Pop in the color Nude Pop, and I can't find it. I don't know what happened to it. So that definitely would be up there. Probably it would be up there in my top 3 picks, because I love that formula. I have a whole video of my Cheek Pop collection. I don't have all those blushes anymore. I have since decluttered them because I don't need that many blushes in my collection. So I'll link that video down below and up here in the eye as well, so you can see swatches. It's such a beautiful formula. The little flower, it's just gorgeous. Short story long, that is a blush that I thought I had in my collection, and I have no idea where it is, and I really love it, and I would highly recommend that formula. And the Nude Pop in particular is my favorite color. This packaging is what reminded me of that Clinique Cheek Pop, because it's very similar in size, and it has the Clinique Cheek Pops have the clear kind of acrylic outer packaging as well. Coming in at number 5 on my list is my MAC powder blush, and this one is in the color Fleur Power. It's a satin finish. It looks like that. It is described on the MAC website as a soft, bright, pinkish coral, which sometimes MAC can be kind of crazy with their descriptions. So there it is right there. So I love MAC blushes. They're just so user-friendly. They have so many colors to choose from. You can't go wrong. There's so many different finishes. I think I said this one was a satin finish, and you just can't go wrong with them. They are $25. And the reason I love this one so much, it's so nostalgic to me, because this color, Flora Power, was actually the first MAC blush shade that I ever got. I was at Mall of America this was back when I worked at Lancome, and we had training in Minneapolis, which is where Mall of America is. And so I was at the mall shopping like in our downtime, and went to the MAC counter, and they did my makeup, and they recommended this blush. They tried it on me, and I purchased it. And back then, you know, spending that much on a blush was crazy for me. It was like my first kind of high-end purchase, so I just love it for that reason. I have since repurchased the actual blush, because that was back in like 2007, 2008 maybe. So it is right there, and it looks a little intense. It almost looks kind of like a reddish color, and it does have that hint to it, but you know, you just got to go in with the light hand, and it's super buildable. The MAC blushes in general are just user friendly, and I just love them so much. Blush number 4 on my list is my most affordable blush and my only drugstore blush. Yeah, it's my only drugstore blush, and it's by Milani. It's their, what's it called? I have it written down. The Baked Powder Blush. This one is in the color Petal Primavera, and it's just, I kind of don't like the packaging. It has a little mirror on it. I don't really need that. I don't really like that thing to flop up, but it is a baked product, and this is one of their, I want to say like their newest colors, and it's so sheer. And this formula reminds me of the MAC Mineralize blush formula. And this color in particular, it's so beautiful. It's so easy. It truly does go with almost any look you do because it is just so neutral. It does have a satin finish and it's almost like a glowy, luminous satin finish. It's just so beautiful on the cheeks and it's very almost sheer, but it's totally buildable and just really easy to work with. I definitely need to get this blush in more colors. I need to get their famous Luminoso. I've owned that years and years ago and I need it back in my collection so bad. But Petal Primavera is, I'm glad they came out with a couple new colors. And this was a couple years ago. I don't think it's like that new, like within the last couple months or anything, but it's not like one of their OG colors by any means. At least I don't think so. I don't even know. Next up at number, what do we have? 3 is my MAC Mineralized Blush in the shade called Just a Wisp, which is this super, if I can open it, these are hard to open. It is a super light pastel pink color. And I don't know that this would show up on anything but fair skin. It might be more of a highlighter color if you have any deeper skin than I do. But it is just such a beautiful color. The mineralized formula is, it's very similar to the Milani that I just talked about. It's very almost sheer, but very buildable and blendable. So I like that. I don't like an overly pigmented blush, just my preference, just because I tend to be heavy-handed and I'd rather just not have to take my time and worry about getting clown cheeks like super easily. This color in Just a Wisp is one of my go-to favorites in the wintertime, especially just because I'm super pale, like white as a ghost, super pale, and it's just so beautiful and adds such a like a healthy glow and just a little bit of color to the cheeks, but nothing too crazy. It's just beautiful and it's almost like a shiny, what kind of a finish would that be? It's definitely glowy. And it almost looks like a highlighter, and it would be a highlighter, like I said, if you have a darker skin tone or even a medium skin tone. It's just beautiful and I love it so much. This is another formula that I would love to pick up a few other shades of. We are getting close to the number 1 blush pick. So this one is number 2. It's another MAC powder blush, and this one is in the color Melba. This is a matte finish right here. There is Melba. Very different than the last one. It is described on MAC's website as a soft coral peach color, and to me it's just a beautiful neutral. I would call this more of like a nude neutral color with a little bit of coral to it, and it just is one of those colors that goes with any look, and it's just for that reason very versatile. It just is a color that always looks good, and it's kind of a raved about color, a very popular MAC blush color for good reason. This one is also pretty nostalgic to me because this was actually a gift from my friend Kristen from Beauty Moxie. I don't believe she's still posting videos on YouTube, but she does have Instagram, so I'll link her below. But we did a makeup swap back in the day, like at the beginning of my YouTube career, if you want to call it that. This was one of her favorite colors by MAC, and she sent it to me, and I have loved it ever since. And that brings us to my number 1 all-time favorite blush in my collection, and it is this one right here. This is also a Buxom Wanderlust primer-infused blush, and my favorite color is this one in Seychelles. So it's the same, obviously the same packaging, duh, as the other one I showed you, but this color is so beautiful. I'm wearing it today over that Fenty cream blush. It's just a beautiful rosy, like tan bronze color, and it gives just a beautiful like lit from within look. It's right there. It has that natural sheen to it. I am wearing a highlighter on top of it, which is pretty intense. I went a little too heavy-handed with my highlighter, but this is the blush that I'm wearing on my cheeks, and it just is, it goes with any color, or it goes with any look, any makeup look you're wearing. It's just a beautiful rosy nude color, like a bronzy nude color. It has that great smell, that light beachy scent that makes me want to take a vacation. And I think I already raved about this formula, the Wanderlust primer-infused blush formula, so I'll cut it off there. But I just love this color. It's my favorite blush. It's my favorite. So those are all my blushes that I have in my collection, ranked from worst to best. So there are a couple other blush formulas in particular that I have owned in the past, and I ended up getting rid of them for whatever reason, but I would actually really like to consider repurchasing, and they are the Hourglass ambient lighting blushes, I'm pretty sure they're called, and I want the like coral, soft corally color. Oh, the Clinique Cheek Pop, I really want to repurchase that in Nude Pop, and probably if I do repurchase it, my old one will come back, like I'll find it, and you know how that works. I really want to try the Cover FX. I don't know what they're called. I'll put a picture here. They are the like a duo blush. You get like a blush top color, a blush topper, and like the blush color, and they're going on sale at Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty for half off, so I'm gonna probably try to pick one up. All right, so now I'm gonna share with you just a handful. I have 3 that I whittled it down to, 3 blush brushes that I absolutely love, and it's super important in my opinion that you have the proper tools that work for you. I mean, there's so many blush brushes out there that you just gotta find what works for you, what picks up your product in the amount that you need, and that helps you blend it easier and all that good stuff. So I have a lot of blush brushes, but these are the 3 that I reach for the most, and I'll tell you why. So the first one is probably the most expensive, and it's by Bobbi Brown. It is Bobbi Brown blush brush, and it's a little bit bigger than the other 2. So I like this for more sheer washes of color, just to kind of hit it up there and blend it, and it's so soft. Natural bristle brush, picks up the product beautifully. Super expensive for a brush, but I've had this for a long time, years and years, and it's held up really, really well, and I just cannot be without that one. And then the next one is probably the medium price point one, and I hope they still have this available on their website. This is the Sephora Pro Blush Precision Blush Brush, number 73. I've seriously talked about this so much over the years, like on my YouTube channel, and it looks like that. It's such a unique shape, and I love it because it picks up the perfect amount of product. I always like to tap mine off, and you literally, this is what you do. You take it, you pick up a product, tap it off, you put it right there, wherever you want to start, and you go, and blend it out a little bit like that, and you're good to go. It's just, it doesn't over apply it, so you can go in with darker colors that maybe you have to be more careful with. It just is a perfect brush, and it's totally worth the price tag. I love most of the Sephora Pro brushes. I think are totally worth the investment. And then last, this is the OFRA. I wonder if they even still make this one. I know OFRA has changed so much since I first reviewed their products back in 2012, was like when they were brand new, before they were like big on social media and everything like that. But this is the OFRA Professional Makeup number 22 brush, and I want to say it's also described as a blush brush. It looks like that. And this is also great because the bristles are a little bit more dispersed, not as compact. It will pick up a lighter amount of product. So for example, like the It Cosmetics by Pores blush that's a little bit deeper of a color for me personally. I like a brush like this that has the wider dispersed bristles because it picks up less product, and just tap it in there and then you can kind of like blend it and stuff. This is not the softest brush. It doesn't by any means scratch your face, but softness doesn't always equal, in my opinion, to the best application of product in general. So I love this. I hope they still have it available. All right, guys, so those are my blushes. That's my blush collection ranked from worst to best. Please let me know, what are your favorite products down below? What are your favorite blushes, and also what are your favorite blush brushes or tools to apply them with, and what's on your blush wish list? And also please let me know what category you would like to see me do a ranking video on next. And last but not least, if you're not subscribed and you enjoyed the video, I would love if you consider subscribing and being a part of my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for your time and watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.